Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 13 of Career Path with Omar Abedin. I'm Omar and today I'm in Taksim Square in Istanbul, and it's just a beautiful morning to talk about this particular phase of my journey. So right after I left Kareem, just prior to the acquisition, I joined Grana real estate in Islamabad, and this was a bit of a new experience for me. I had never worked in real estate, I had never worked in Islamabad, and I had never commuted to and from Islamabad for work. So my deal with the company was pretty good. They would fly me in on Monday morning, I would fly out on Friday night. They were covering my accommodation during my stay. Didn't really need transportation because I was staying at Centaurus in the residential housing they have, and my office was, just around the corner. So some days I used to walk to work, which was a great trek, and then other days I would just take the bus service, which was super fast, super efficient, right from in front of Centaurus to right in front of the office in the blue area. So the process began with a presentation after looking at some of the Grana properties. So there are multiple groups within groups of companies within the groups of companies. So Imarat is the overall holding company, they're the master developer and the landowner, and then you've got Graana.com, which brings in customers. You've got Agency 21, which brings in the supply, and then you've got PropSure, which was actually a fascinating digitalization exercise that had been going on for a while, where they were basically digitizing all the real estate parcels across urban Pakistan, and they were making fantastic progress. There was a massive team of 100 plus people digitizing all real estate really. So literally the day after I left Kareem, I joined Grana and started commuting to Islamabad. Marketing team was quite good, quite big. It was about 25 plus people. I was the first C-level person really that they hired as a CMO. It was kind of a unique experiment from their perspective as well, bringing in someone senior to help the directors of the company to kind of run things in a more professional way. And so over a period of a year and a half, we built brand identities and marketing plans and strategic plans for all the brands. It was quite a powerful experience in terms of the vision of the chairman. Shafiq Akbar is a London returned Pakistani with a massive vision. He was the most interesting part of the journey at the company, because he wanted a bigger picture understanding, and he wanted to know where I could add value in the long term. He was interested in strategy, and unfortunately there weren't too many other people there that he could discuss strategy with. So what would end up happening is that at 10:30 at night I would go to his home, which was not that far from Centaurus, and we would sit there till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning just brainstorming, strategizing and all of that, which was great because I didn't really have anything else to do. I'm a night owl anyway. My family was still in Karachi, so in the evenings I was either doing that or I was mentoring startups. And during the evening I would just walk outside. There's a small park behind Centaurus, and I would just walk around in circles for hours while talking to startups and founders. And then I realized that there was a burning need for some kind of model or process to be put around this mentoring, because what I was doing just wasn't enough. So I had a brainwave. I started a company. I named it Pak Tech Hub, which I later then shortened to PTH Venture Studio. The model became clearer in my mind as well. It started out as something quite different than it is today, but it allowed me to put some structure and some thought around how to actually add value to startups, how to connect them with investment, how to give them the skill set and the competencies that they needed that they didn't have otherwise. And so it was, this was the result of evenings spent walking around Islamabad, just thinking about how to help the people that I was meeting on a daily basis. So it was, things were going well, and then COVID came along, and that of course changed everything. For a brief time, I couldn't travel. If you remember, there were no flights at all. So everyone went to work from home. Everyone was working fine, and then the management kind of started getting antsy. They wanted to see the team back in the office. And they called them back into the office, and 27 out of 30 people got COVID. And so they sent them back home again. And then when things started calming down again, they called in the teams again, and again a bunch of people got sick. And during this whole process, it was a very stressful time, and the stress was actually increased by having to move between Karachi and Islamabad all the time. It was getting a bit tiring. Islamabad, for someone who's lived in Karachi all his life, Islamabad is quite a small town in terms of not only size but also mentality. It's difficult to get work done. Work ethic is questionable. It was a tough destination from that standpoint. Beautiful city, very well planned, very well laid out. Just makes me wish that somebody would think about Karachi and actually do something about the infrastructure. And Karachi could be anything. Karachi could be one of the best cities in the world if we just. Anyway, I don't want to take over that discussion. So during this time, I started facing some issues with one of the directors there. He was feeling a little, I guess, unsettled because I was, quite close to the chairman, and the chairman would listen to me. And before I joined, this gentleman used to, be responsible for marketing, and I didn't realize how much he resented my being there until one day he was able to convince the chairman that my traveling back and forth wasn't great, and we should give operational control of the marketing team back to him. And at that time the chairman was also feeling a bit like, okay, so Omar's not here all the time. He's traveling. If I want him on weekends, I will. It's kind of hard to find him. And so this guy actually went to one of my subordinates and said, hey, just watch this space. Omar's not going to be he's not going to be in charge anymore. It's kind of immature and childish, and it left me with a very bad taste in my mouth. Like, who does that? Why would you go and talk to a junior in the marketing organization and brag about something like that? You have a problem with me? Come and tell me to my face, man. Don't act like like it's high school. Anyway, I started looking for work. I was very lucky. The first director of the National Incubation Center in Karachi actually was someone that I knew, and he was very kind. He actually called me up. He said, look, man, I'm moving to Portugal. I think you should apply for this job. And I said, what? Okay, never thought about it, but I had been leaning that way since I'd started PTH. And so I applied for the job, got shortlisted, went, had a couple of interviews, finally met the CEO, Arif, of LMK or LMKT, and they offered me the job. And so I resigned from Grana, and it was an interesting interlude with many complexities: the travel, the distance, the lack of maturity on the part of some of the directors of the company, offset by the amazing work we were doing. The working with the chairman directly was fantastic. I had a great time. He's still one of the smartest people that I've worked with, and his vision for what he's trying to build in the real estate sector, the size of the company that he's already built is phenomenal. But what I'm really happy about is when I see the campaigns for Graana, Agency 21, even today, they're based on the strategy that I built for them. So, the Wasim Akram campaigns, the campaigns with our very senior actor friend, it's brilliant. At least they stuck to the strategy, and they truly benefited from that. And so the work we did was great. COVID made things a lot more challenging. I think it just added acceleration to the challenges. But yeah, it's something I would do again. Again, real estate, new area for me, got to learn a lot. Helped them set up the Karachi office just down the road from my home. The plan was for me to work out of the Karachi office, but then they realized that they actually wanted me to be in Islamabad all the time. And that wasn't part of the deal. That was never part of the agreement. So when the NIC opportunity came up, I took it like a hawk, and it was great. So I'll talk more about the National Incubation Center in my next video. But Grana, mixed feelings. Overall, I would say it was a positive experience, simply because of the chairman, because of the work we did, because of the location. Islamabad was okay, but definitely with some caveats and some watch outs. So I wish the team all the best of luck. I think the marketing team is doing an outstanding job, churning out project support and getting those big campaigns done. But I think they're already a very large company. I saw a billboard that said they had reached $1 billion valuation, and if that's the case, congratulations to you guys. It's well deserved. The vision is massive, and to build a company that big in 10 years is not a joke. And it takes someone of Shafiq's caliber to be able to actually pull anything like that off. So yeah, that's the story of Grana. Next video will cover the National Incubation Center stage and how we went from there. So signing off from Istanbul. Have a great day. Bye for now.